homage to my mother and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And my mom has no tattoos, and she's very like anti-tattoo. I just remember growing up, she would tell my brother and I, because I have a brother. I just remember her telling us, like, don't ever get tattoos, you'll never be able to get a job. And we both did not listen. But so that is just a little was dared to get this tattoo, again from a very, very terrible influence in my life at the time. And they actually got the same tattoo, so it is kind of like a matching situation. And I don't hate it. I hate that it matches with somebody else's tattoo. But I do love my little Chick-fil-A tattoo very much. It just commemorates a lot of first in my life. My first job I found and met at Chick-fil-A, my lifelong best friend, who to this day I'm still friends with. So to me, it doesn't hold a negative connotation. It just holds so many positive memories. And if I could, I would go back and work at Chick-fil-A. I recommend Chick-fil-A to anybody who's like has a teenager going into the workforce. I'm like, go work at Chick-fil-A. You won't regret it. Moving on to tattoos. You could probably see. I have this tattoo. I got a lot of tattoos together at like the same time. I got several tattoos at the same time. But this is my grandmother's birth date in Roman numerals. It's like so awkward to show you. 10/20. My grandmother and I actually share the same birth date, which is so sentimental and just so incredibly special to me. My grandmother actually passed away when I was in the 6th grade, so she's been gone for quite a long time. But I love this tattoo because when I see this, I think of her and just like all of the times that we shared together. That was my throat. We shared together, and I just remember how loving and soft my grandmother was. And like, she had diabetes really bad, so she had to do dialysis, and she was blind towards the end of her life. And I just think back of like going to their house and visiting her, and just the way like her skin felt and like her smell. I know that's so strange, but it's just me. But it just makes me think about her, and I miss her, and I love her so much. So now I'm starting to kind of forget the order that I got these in. So I got that one, and then on this side, this is my most hated tattoo. My husband makes fun of this tattoo all of the time. I hate this tattoo so much. I do not. Well, let me show it to you. So on this shoulder, I got "It's just a ride." It's just a ride. Now, girls, gays, guys, theys, please don't be like me. I think I was like 18 when I got this, and this goes back to like the very bad influence in my life, like someone who was influencing me in my life that was terrible, and it was such a toxic situation. And I just remember seeing in a YouTube video like a girl who was doing a tattoo tour, and she had something similar, like the same wording, and I was like, oh my god, that resonates with me so much. And like my stupid little 18-year-old 19-year-old self was like, it's just a ride, it's really just a ride, girl, what? And I went to an artist that I found on Instagram. That worked in a barbershop. Girl, a military town barbershop, and the back was just a guy doing tattoos. And my best friend went with me because I was just like so nervous. And yeah, like looking back, I unfollowed started, I was working from home, so I would go to the tattoo shop. I go to the same artist because I'm a very big believer of like, you know, kind of like a haircut guy or a nail girl. Like, you can't cheat on them. So he has done my whole entire arm, and I love him very much. But yeah, so COVID, every week during quarantine, I was going to get a tattoo, and working from home kind of like made me realize that I wanted to get a sleeve, because I was always the type of person who was like, I'm never gonna get tattoos on my arms because of like job security. Well, obviously that changed. So so the first one that I got, my arm was naked, is a lucky cat. And I mean, it's literally just a lucky cat. They're supposed to bring you luck. I always feel like I am a very unlucky person. So I thought it was cute and would bring good fortune and luck. And then the next one I got, excuse my fat arms, the next one I got is this butterfly. I actually had a terrible ear infection when I got this tattoo. Not me trauma dumping, but and if you don't know, sometimes getting a tattoo can lower your immune system because your body is attacking the ink, and like you have like an open wound pretty much. So I had a terrible ear infection when I got this, and it literally only made it worse. Excuse me, I have like a frog in my throat, but it's just this American traditional-esque butterfly, and I love it. I try to follow the theme of American traditional because that is my favorite style of tattooing. Not all of them are, and I think it's a little bit harder to convey the like artistic art look and vibe of American traditional on like darker or black skin, but that is what I try to follow. Then the next piece that I got on my arm is this. It just is a bouquet of odd flowers right here. And I love it. She's my girl. I love it. And it was like obviously like the first real piece that I got on my arm. I just love the color and just the look. They don't look like typical flowers. Love them. And then right here I got the very iconic like old Sailor Jerry mom and dad tattoo, because I am a mama's girl and I am a daddy's girl. Like, I cannot choose. So I got the mom and dad heart. And then, oh my goodness, this was the first tattoo that I got on my arm. I gotta lower the camera. This was the first tattoo that I got on my arm. It is a cowboy. I can't believe I forgot about this. It is a cowboy skull with an arrow going through his head. His little cowboy hat. When I got this, I was feeling very grunge at the time, so that kind of explains why the fuck I would get this. My mom was not too happy about this one, but I couldn't help it. Then right here, skin sounds. This is a record going through my skin. It is an AC/DC record that is going through my skin. And it has like little blood very simple and very plain with not too much going on. So I got this. I love this. I love her. So then on my upper arm, I have a homage to Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe. One of my favorite stories of all time is The Raven that I read in 8th grade. I had one of the best, most influential teachers of all time, Miss Black. She taught me English in 8th grade, and she was the most influential teacher that I've ever had in my life, who just like is one of those teachers that you think about that really shapes your life and your brain, and you just know that she really loves and cares about her students. For me, that was Mrs. Black. She just was the best teacher ever. And then when I ended up graduating and working at Chick-fil-A and stuff, I ran into her several times, and I love her so much, and I pray to God that she's doing well and is just living the best life ever. She's just one of those teachers that you wish nothing but good things for. So in 8th grade, she made us read The Raven, and I just love the story, and I love Edgar Allan Poe, so I got a Raven, and this is what it looks like. It's definitely one of my biggest pieces. She's been through a lot, and she needs a touch up, but I just love it. I just love it. Okay, we are doing a bunch of up and down. So then moving on, I have just a cloud situation with an eye and blood coming out of the eye. Again, I was just going through like not a rebellious, but just like a grunge phase of like what I was feeling on the inside. And this is the product or the result of that. Then on the underside of my arm, I have God is greater than the highs and the lows, and a Bible verse. I don't have an explanation for that. I am religious, but more in like a spiritual way. I do believe in God and like Jesus, but I don't go to church. I don't believe in church. I don't believe in like the ideology of church, but I'm very connected to the Lord. But again, I don't really know what would possess me to get that tattooed on me. I was either like 18, 19, or maybe 20 when I got that. Don't know her. Then on the other side of my arm, I'm very self-conscious about my arms, but I have this moon girl. I call her the moon girl. I literally saw a picture of this on Pinterest, and I sent it to my tattoo artist, and I was like, let's do something like this. So this is what we have. I have Space Cat. Love her. She's just so cute. I am a cat girl, and I just thought that was adorable. And then I have this flower on the back, flower on the back. Again, don't really know why I got that. And then to go with the American traditional theme, I needed a filler for this space because it was just empty and you can't really do a lot with it. So I got some dice. Then right here I have a Venus flytrap that has eyeballs and some bees. One of my favorite movies of all times is Little Shop of Horrors, and this was giving Little Shop of Horror vibes. So I got it. Again, doesn't really have a huge significant meaning, but she's adorable and we love her. where I literally just needed something to fill this space, and yeah, that's what my tattoo artist gave me. I will say healing this in the crack of your arm, that was literal hell. It would not heal. It took forever. It was always like wet and goopy, and I had to like tape paper towels down onto my arm to like soak up like the plasma and like the blood and like the juices that come out. Just could not get it to heal, but it finally did. It definitely needs to be touched up, but I'm so scared to get it touched up because one, it hurt so ungodly badly, and two, because the healing process was ass. And then right here, I just have some filler that my tattoo artist put in there for me. I love this though. It's just a little thingy thing. And then right here in Korean, I have saranghae, which means I love you. My husband and I have that together. He has the same. And I think, oh no, his is right here on the wrist. But we got that like a few weeks or like a month before we got married. And I love it. I always forget about it. I honestly forget about all of these, but I love it so much. And then right here, I have a cardinal, because as a kid, when I would be in like the car with my parents or in my grandparents' backyard, my dad and my mom would always point out cardinals like flying across the road or flying in the trees in the backyard, and they're like, oh, that's good luck. So anytime I see a cardinal, I'm like, oh, that's good luck, or something good is coming, or something good's gonna happen. So I just got a cardinal tattoo to kind of just remember that like the good is always coming, and it really makes me think of my parents. And I think it's so cute, the little perfect yellow beak and the blue flowers. Oh, so good. And then on my wrist, literal just filler, because I needed something to go right here. Because my Apple Watch would always sit here, but when I would take it off or I wasn't wearing it, I just had a blank space. So I decided just something very simple, very plain, black ink, little American traditional flower vibe. And then my favorite tattoo of them all, I have a scorpion with some pretty little, what would you call these, stars? I don't know. This is probably one of my tattoos that has the most meaning. I got this literally like right after my daughter was born. My daughter is a Scorpio, and I didn't want to like get her feet prints or get her name tattooed on me, because like everybody does that. But I am like astrology girly. I do enjoy reading horoscopes, and whether they're true or not, I get so much joy out of them. And my daughter's a Scorpio, and I was like, what's better than like the constellation getting a freaking scorpion American traditional vibe? This is my favorite. It needs to be touched up, as you can see, like somewhere, but that is what it looks like. My daughter is a true Scorpio through and through, and if you know anything about Scorpios, they're little feisty little motherfuckers, and that's my daughter. She's so headstrong and knows exactly what she wants, and doesn't take any shit.